Hey, welcome back. Welcome back. Ciao, ciao, guys. Welcome back to the DDZ channel. And this is another video, another showcase of the Retro Machine 2022, the new year version of Retro Machine, which is based on super updated version of RetroPie. Let's see it together. As you can see, is the version 4.8. It's the very last version of RetroPie. It's super updated, but not all, because some emulator not works like it should. So I kept the some old version of emulator on my own, and I swapped it to the emulator that the version 4.8 just switch with the new ones, but I reverted back to the backup version of emulator that interested me. Just only some of them, to be precise, the Commodore 64, the Dreamcast one. Only a few of emulators I just reverted back to old version, but other emulators are totally updated, and there's some cases where I kept two versions of same emulator. For example, I have two versions of Funarbird Neo and two versions of PSX Rearmed, which is the emulator of the PlayStation 1. And this is the another theme included in the image. It's this is the I am attached to this team because this team was made 6 hands, let's say like that. It was made by me, Jimiga, which is the mastermind of custom team, and Gigo B, which I salute. I don't hear him for a while now. I hope he's better. It's good. You know, I'm in quarantine right now due of coronavirus, unfortunately, but I am good. I'm very good. I'm just recovering, but this is it's a good occasion, good chance to to show you more. As you can see, I put a lot of videos in those days. There's a lot of activity on the channel, so the new Retro Machine image is exposed. Okay, so I just showed the tab of the system as available. This is the version, the 512 gigabyte version. It's the ultimate version of the new Retro Machine, which I actually show as a showcase. Okay, I have to decide yet how many versions to release, but all new Retro Machine image, just like all my new works and assets that I will produce, that will only be available for the VIP, not anymore public. I'm sorry about that, but I take this decision after I've many thought about it, but I don't want to be considered anymore into the creator scenario, because I don't like it. I don't like the actual scenario of image for the PI4 and the other single board system. I just don't like the scenario, because all this creator, which is I very respect, just release image day after day, and all the same, all the images the same. It's a shit, honestly. It's a shit. Just people that throw stuff and steal stuff around and throw stuff into image. There's not cure, there's not art, there's not attention to detail, there's not the perfection that the DZ reach. Okay, I produce all my asset on my own. Just you can see the icons. Did you saw those icons on other image? I don't think so. Did you saw this art on other image? I don't think so. If you see those art on other image, they stole from me. This is the only true. This is the only true. And I'm not interested anymore to sign my name or the name of image and around, because I'm not interested on that. My only interest is that people doesn't steal stuff from me to make revenue on it. This is unacceptable. The people can use my asset. There's no problem if it share with others, not to sold or make money on a home. This is not acceptable. Also for this point, I've decided to remove my works from the public release and sharing, so only a strict circle of trusted supporters will have my image. I'm not interested if the image will have not wide exposures, wide distribution. I can reach the properly terms. I'm not interested if few people will take his hands on my works compared to before. There's a lot of DZ image that are released on Arcade Punk, so you can find all this torrent, just download and use it. Those images are the past. The new image is another, it's totally another thing, another story. And all this work will only be shared privately between people that support me financially, okay? Because my time, my commitment is not free. I need money for to buy equipment. I need money for my time also, because I don't do that for work. I do that for a hobby, for fun, to share retro gaming joy with people, but people which believe in me. Okay, so stop with all this bullshit. No one cares. We cares about retro gaming. We cares about future. I'm still rolling this team, but I already show you some things. Okay, I'm proud about things that I achieved. For example, you will never have a bezel manager like that on any image. There's not the bezel project, which every image you can install a bezel project even on a retro machine. There's not problem. There's a script you can install it, but this is different. I made the script. And with scripted only there you can change, swap bezel and or disable bezel or turn on bezel directly from emulation station. Want some proof? I just turn off overlays right now, okay? No one can achieve that. You know why? Because other creators do not create anything. They just stole and take stuff and put stuff into image. Stop. They not create anything. The only creator that have some creativity that I know is to play. But he made. He made his own forked version of RetroPie, which a lot of interesting script. I respect him. But less people that just throw stuff in and they don't produce exclusive team. This image have 30. Okay, this team is made. I already told you this team is made by 6 hand. I don't made it on my own exclusively. But there's 30 teams, most of them are made by me, and you cannot find this team anywhere because those teams are forks, so it cannot be included into the the data stream of RetroPie. It's right like that because our forks of other well-known teams like the Super Sweet by the grid to create the best creator of a team probably, which is the Dwayne Hurst. So not in that case. This is a fork of another great artist, which is Nicola Rosa. Not that one, but other teams based on the Super Sweet layout. So all these teams had to be considered like forks, not totally original teams. It's for that reason that those teams are not included into the data stream of RetroPie, so you cannot download them. You just find them only on my image. Stop, there's not other things to say. Okay, just like I said, I disabled the overlay, so let's try Gunlord for the Dreamcast. Okay, you know I love this game. Dang. The pixel theme screen loading screens are back. Okay, there's not overlays anymore. Did you see some overlays? I don't think so. There's not overlays anymore. Funny thing, you cannot even disable this from there. It's incredible, guys. You see display overlay off. You cannot do that from the RetroArch menus because it just not works. Because RetroPie and the RetroArch are not perfect, are works made by people, not by professional. So I'm working days, months on that and other things to fix this because I love RetroPie and I want it more similar to Battleshare, for example, or Recalbox, which allow you to swap overlays directly from Evolution Station. Okay, and this is the soundtrack that you heard is the soundtrack, the Neon soundtrack, because this image have two different soundtrack. On the music player script that I made, and you can change the overlay that show the title of the track. You can disable the overlays, or you can change a totally different soundtrack, the Neon, which is based on synthwave style, or the remix BGM, which is remixes of classics video games themes. Okay, let's back a little where we stopped on Gunlord. Oh, I just did disable. I think I forgot to enable back. I talk too much, you see. I get distracted. Oh gosh. You see, I love that those showcase are so genuine. There's some issues. I made mistakes. It's not important, you know. Okay, I want to shoot the scanlines overlay again because I know you love it, and I'm glad that because on my Discord channel we talk about it, and seems you like the performance scanline overlay, which is not a real shader. It's just an overlay with added scanlines, which have zero impact on performance. Okay, the bezel is not turning back, so there's some problem. You see, the shit can hit the fan on any time, so I made all these showcase videos just even for also for testing purposes, guys, because I have to be sure everything works like should. Because if you want to add all this revolutionary feature, the feature must works, because if it don't works, I have zero problems to cut off and erase them, because they have to work. I hope you understand how is my modus operandi. I don't add things just for the pleasure of that things. The things must work. If things doesn't work, I have to remove them. There's not other solutions. Okay, should works now. I just forgot to turn on back the bezel. I have to explain. If even me doesn't know exactly how it works, it's a little problem. No problem. We will learn together. But who cares? It's the only important thing is that it works. And Gunlord, fantastic game. It's so good. Okay, this is the German game. German. I don't know. Yes, German. Why not? This is produced in Germany. Okay, and it's a very letter of love to the Tariken series. You see, it's very similar to Tariken. It's I have to say, it's lovely with the scanlines added. Okay, we I will try to talk when I play. This is also a difficult game, guys. Okay, we talk a lot on the Discord channel about this. This is more a culture argument, because it's about the use of scanlines on LCD, which I think is the many scenarios is that use an LCD. An LCD is not 30 type. It's just an LCD. So it's can be questionable to use scanlines or on LCD, because the scanlines are part of the CRT type monitor. The true retro lovers just use retro gaming on real CRT type monitor. Okay, let me transform into ball. Okay, like that. Okay, let's continue. So can be questionable to use the scanlines on LCD television. Are with me? Okay, so the idea is not to create real scanlines, because it ends to darken the image. The image is so much darkened, and I don't like that. I don't like that. So I've made a lot of tests, and the final result was a mild scanlines. So the image is not completely, half image is not black. It's just that there's some level of layer of transparency. So the result is very mild. In that case, the emulator also applies some bilinear filtering. I think it's beautiful. Okay, so back. It was a fun moment. Okay, even me doesn't know exactly how it works. No problem. Now we explain. Okay. When you want to switch back to the bezel, you have to turn on back. Of course, I have to turn it off overlay. So if I change the scanlines or system, if the option turn off is still enabled, you will not see any bezel. Okay, so you have to turn on overlays back. Okay, I back a little to the system overlays, just some clicks and it works. Looks only there, only there. Did you understand? Okay, and we will see the same game still downloaded but with the Dreamcast bezel. It's so exciting. This is dope, guys. This is dope. This is dope. This is dope. And this is the Dreamcast overlay. Same game, Dreamcast overlay. No performance scanlines. And now we made some fun experiment together. Okay, it's the same game. You see there's still bilinear filtering applied, but there's not anymore the performance scanlines. Okay. Now you can do that. Enter the RetroArch screen, which the combo, which is different, is dependent from your configuration, but it's just the hotkey button and the triangle button or the Y button. It depends the controller what you actually using. You recall the menu of RetroArch, and if you go to shaders, okay, and oh my gosh, okay, sweep the shader passes to 1 and the shader 0 just select on a shader. In that case I just apply a simple scanline shader, okay. Bene, molto bene. And there you go for apply changes. Okay, scanlines are applied. Turn back, quick menu, resume. Okay, those are the real shader scanlines. Just tell me the difference compared to the performance scanlines. The game's it's not 60 frames anymore to start. It's swapped to 30 frames per second. And it is the same. It's the same effect. It's just look the same. Okay. Let's disable the shader. Apply. It's just more fluid. Case in point. So the performance scanlines are a total win for me. Are a total win. Okay. I'm back. So this is the great video that it enable when you start the Mystery Random mode. It's a screensaver video made by Franco Franchi, and if you press start during this video, which just roll it's loops it loops forever. Find the word. It loops forever. But if you press start, there's also download. You see, if you press start during this sequence, it starts random games. Okay, Amstrad. No, we don't want to see Amstrad game now. As you can see, Amstrad again. Stop with Amstrad. I know you love Amstrad, but I don't want to see Amstrad now. Okay, as you can see, basically the image works. I don't see many. No, not Amiga. And I will not show any Nintendo games, just remember that, because Nintendo doesn't like uh, his games to be shown on videos. I don't know why. I don't understand their politics. Okay, PlayStation is good. Keep in mind, if a PlayStation games have some licensed music, I will leave the game immediately, because I cannot show you. Unfortunately, I cannot show games with licensed music because YouTube doesn't like that. Okay, look in the new bezel I made for the PlayStation with all high resolution. I'm a little afraid that one because there's the music from Star Wars score. Sorry, but I don't feel comfortable. I don't want to remove the music later on the video because it's a giant pain in the A. Pain in the A. Spectrum game. Spectrum is it's a little too much complicated to show because I have to change the controls every time. There's not time today to show that. Let's move on. Game Boy, I don't show Nintendo games, sorry. For the reason told, they don't like their game to be showed. Why Nintendo? Why you are against us? Where's the matter to show your games? What's the problem? It's a little nonsensical, okay? I don't want to be... Arcade, let's see an arcade together. Okay, you know, I cannot show you everything because there's some issues we are in YouTube, you know, I cannot show you. Oh, this look very old. And something similar to Tron. The fun thing is that I don't know some of games, even I've played a lot of arcade games in my life, okay, but it's very, very, very old. And then it's not so fun either. Cell Cross. Okay, another game. No Spectrum game. Sorry, Spectrum. I love you. You know I love you. But no. Game Gear. No, Game Gear. No. Okay, let me decide the game, and I want to show you. Well, you know, it's just for a Commodore 64. There's a lot of Commodore 64 games already. Told you I improved a lot of the set. I added a lot of games converted to CRT type Easy Flash. So those games just start immediately. Okay, in a lot of games I still have the trainer screen, so you have to use the virtual keyboard. This is old. It's a clone of Arkanoid, and it's not seems so fun either. Warble, it's an egg for sure. There's a lot of X, and you have to consider I've removed a lot of X on the Commodore 64 because they are made on this shoot 'em up construction kit. If I have to consider all the game produced with the shoot 'em up construction kit, which is just a popular commercial retail tool, there's some too much Commodore 64 to consider, and we also consider most of this game are trash, so not very needed to have it included. Sorry. Okay, let's see together some numbers. Okay, we are more than 24,083 games, so a lot of games that have to be loaded every time the emulation station starts, but this is the version 2.10.2 RP of emulation station, which is a little improved. It's more fast, and now the system just loadings around 30 seconds, so there's not any more need of a video splash. Okay, and I show you how is the actual video splash. How it's dope, the image that I made for the system info, which just display an Argon 1 case, which it's the case that I recommend the most. The Argon 1 case is the best case, is the official case of the Retro Machine image. Okay. I want to show the actual splash screen one. There's not a video splash. This is the actual splash screen. This is very simple. Oops, not that. Okay. You can add the splash screen that you want. There's not a problem. There's also the packet, the add-on pack of splash screen produced by DZ. You can use them, or you can also download splash screen from RetroPie. There's not a problem. Just to do, you see 38 seconds to load the image. Okay, let's see again the option, because I want to show the advanced option are just like a GUL engine. Okay, those are advanced option only for people that want to tweak things and have some experience of Linux. Okay, there you can change pretty everything about the music player, but you have to be careful, because what you modify, edit there can make conflict with the official RM music player tool. I made this tool just to allow you to have access to almost important feature of the music player, so you don't need that, to be honest. But if you want to explore things just like me, you can, but just be very careful to not end in conflict with the music player tool. And this is Potato. This is very dangerous. I'm not sure if this will be on the final release. I just use this for me. It's just give you instant access to the boot file screen. And okay, we want to show. Let me get my keyboard, because you need a USB keyboard. You see the icon on the upper right side. If you have a USB mini keyboard, which is similar to the controller but with a keyboard, it's the best solution. Okay, so let me take my keyboard. Okay, this is the same screen of the boot screen that I just talked for advanced view. You can change a lot of things directly there, not need to go into the terminal. And when you're done, you just press Control plus X button. In that case, I'm not changing anything, so I just back to. Be careful, be very careful. Okay, this is an interesting option that I made to delete everything, every RetroArch configuration. This must be useful if you created some override that ended to mess things. It can happen, fortunately it can happen on RetroArch. If you select this, all configuration will be deleted. I not use this now, and you not should either. Okay, only if you have dangerous scenarios. I put this option on a secondary menu, because if you press there is done. Okay, so it's better to have on a secondary menu. This delete video modes, when you start an emulator you can assign a customized video modes. In that case I'm just output to the 720 pixel, so every emulator is the same resolution, but you can assign a different resolution for every emulator. But even in that case, if you mess things, you can use this option and all will be deleted and reverted to default condition. This is to edit the Daphne emulator, and is the same, you need a keyboard. This is to edit the demo mode. This is very complicated. I not suggest to you to enter there, but if you want to, you can change just one value. It's for change the time where the system swap games. By default is 1 minute. After 1 minute the system swap to a different game. You can change this value, but I don't recommend to do that. This is to edit the supermodel emulator, which is an emulator made especially for the Model 3 games. There's all 7 Model 3 games into our ARM, but this is great, very mandatory utility for the owners of Argon 1 case. You can change the speed of the fan with this script. You need a keyboard. If you have Argon 1 case, indeed you have a fan, and you can change the fan speed with this ultra useful tool. The file cleaner. This is another useful tool. It just cleans all the ghosted files that will be generated when you copy ROMs from a PC or a Mac into the PI. Those obnoxious ghost files can be created in the process, okay? And if you use this tool, it will just be deleted completely. First of all, you gain space on card, and second, those files can interfere on some scenarios, so it's better to have removed. Okay, so for now I could add more things or more option on this subfolder, but I've explained it all for now. Okay, I want to change the theme because I get bored of that. Let's try the Fluent family themes, which is inspired by Xbox GUI. And don't worry, I know you want to see the classic cyberpunkish theme, which is also included, don't worry. Okay, there's a lot of stuff to talk. I have to make my mind and remember all the stuff that is included. But there's another important thing I've already mentioned, is the inclusion of a new PC set with a new emulator, which is the DOSBox Pure, and I will show this on another video. There's not a hurry, but it's great, it's dope, guys, it's dope, it's very dope. And for some of you that asked about video snaps, I know you love video snaps, but in that case I decided to not include the video snaps because first of all, video snaps are not available for every game, unfortunately, because when you have a big set like that, you cannot have all games covered by video. So you end have half or more or more. Okay, let's talk about 70-80% of games that have cover with preview videos, video steps, and games that doesn't have it. I don't like that. I don't like this. I like a coherent scenario where every game have its video snap, but it's not possible with with that amount of games. Okay, not possible. If you made an image with a greatest hits, a very selected number of games, then you can have a video snap for those. But I would never be on the scenario where I have to cut off games that doesn't have video snaps available. Not a chance. Not a chance. Just consider when you have metadata about games. It's just a gift, an extra gift that you have thanks to those great front end that made this revolution to have you all the covers, all the snapshot, all the information of games. But it's not mandatory. It's just a gift that you should appreciate it. But it's not the main dish. The main dish are the games. The main dish are the features. So I will not never cut games because I don't have the video snap. No chance in the world. Okay. Just appreciate 635 PlayStation games. I want to talk about this also because the CD games now use a new compressed file type that allow it to add a lot of games, more games than before, thanks to look all the Tomb Raider. Fantastic. As a result, the PlayStation set is hugely expanded, and the same thing for the PC Engine CD, which I showed before. There's more games, but not only. The Sega CD is very expanded. 125 games, 125. Look, the emulation station is so fluid because the Ultra A is enabled. Another great feature of our retro machine image to improve the performance of emulation station, just like that. Look. Okay, and the Mega CD is on its own because I've decided to split and Western console to the Japanese counterpart, okay? And the Mega CD is the Japanese version of Sega CD. But I've decided to include also the European version, which is also still called Mega CD, so to avoid confusion. But just some games, few games, the most of are Japanese games. The Japanese games that are actually doable, okay, because there's not sense to have a wall of Japanese kanji games. I'm sorry for for some of you that knows Japanese. I invite you, but I think most of people doesn't know Japanese. Okay, in that case, this game is in Japanese. This is very difficult, but it's so good game based on old anime series, 80 anime series, Urusei Yatsura by Rumiko Takahashi. Okay, it's unplayable basically because it's a very Japanese wallet, but it's so good. It's so good. Okay, but I don't want to lose focus. Let's keep on the argument of the Japanese console, which are on their own. The Super Famicom is the Japanese counterpart of Super Nintendo. Okay, and this crazy set. I don't talk about this dang 510 games. Dang, it's so dope. This crazy set is made thanks to the Gold Digger. I think this is this is there's some. I'm afraid YouTube could ban me. So okay, this crazy set is made by our great Gold Digger Romila, and you have to consider the Japanese Super Nintendo Super Famicom set is I think around I don't know, I think 2,500 overall games. It's crazy. If the Western set are around I don't know, 1,000 of games, I'm not sure, maybe less, but the Japanese is more than twice for sure, and a lot of games that are unplayable because of strict Japanese. And this crazy set is made of games that are actually doable because you don't need to know the Japanese language to play a baseball game. Okay, it's straightforward. But there's a lot of games that are translated in English. Okay, you don't need to know Japanese to play a goddamn golf game. Or a fighter, a brawler, okay, a platform game. This I think this could be complicated. Okay, it's crazy, guys. It's crazy. This is the supreme Aromila gift to us, to the retro machine. In that case, I used this is the European Super Nintendo. Okay. Because you can swap between European and Western version. The SNES CD, great set, and this for the same reason the TurboGrafx is the Western counterpart of the PC Engine. Is on its own, and same thing for the TurboGrafx CD. I love to show you those. All this. Oh, another set made by Aromila. You have to consider the Sharp 68,000 set is a huge, this fantastic computer, Marvel computer of the 80s. All games that you can actually play. I'm very proud of this set, very proud. And the lovely Sinclair ZX. Okay. This is the same set of the ZX image I've released on Battlesera base. I got the chance to update the set even for the retro machine, and same things for the Amiga, which is the same set of the Amiga image, standalone image, and same for the Atari machines. The 2600 and the 7800, and the Atari ST, and the Lynx, of course. Okay, so I'm very glad to show you some those the Amiga CD32 fantastic set, guys. So great! The CDO, it's a little small but gold. Okay, let's back a little to the option before close this great Sunday showcase. The demo mode, you already saw that the system play random games for 1 minute, then it swaps. If you want to enter the game, just press start on the controller, you enter the game, and the demo mode will disable automatically, because if you still change game after 1 minute, so when you are to play is not fun. Okay, it had to stop. Because if you enter the game, it cannot swap to next game after 1 minute. It's logical. This is the swapper. Let's back to the USA version of Super Nintendo. Okay, a lot of scripts. This is the joystick selection. Is a useful option to assign a joystick to for, I think are for, I don't remember, 4 slots, 4 different slots. Yes, 4 slots to there you can assign different controller to different slots. The music player script, you already saw this. The speed modes, this is a great, it's improved overclock utility, where you have four different speeds. The turbo mode, which is 1750 megahertz, ultra mode 1850, so very close to 2000, extreme mode 1950, and the omega mode, which is actually 2048. This is the most extreme mode. It all depends of your configuration. If you're still around the turbo or ultra mode, a NetSync is enough. The extreme mode and omega mode just need a very good aluminum heatsink combined with a fan speed, just like the Argon 1 case. If you Argon 1 case, you're set. And there's the 5 speed, which is the back to factory segment. It's basically the full speed of PI. If you just want to put things just like factory segments, there is the full speed of PI4, which has to be considered like a speed per se. Okay. The Super Ultra AS, this serves to, I already mentioned this, to improve the fluidity of the regulation stations. It's so smooth if you enable this option, but the temperature may rise, so you need a good case. Again, if you have Argon 1 case, you are set. The time randomizer, if you get bored of teams, every boot will show a different team. Video output, this is another script that I'm very proud, because you can change between the 1080 mode, so it's the full HD, the 720 pixel mode, which is HD ready, and the automatic mode. This is also important, because if you are a 4K monitor, you better stick to automatic mode, because the PI4 will adapt automatically to the 4K screen. So lot of possibilities. Okay, let's back to the loved cyberpunk team, which is called Neon. Don't mind if the names are different. Neon Purple. I'm sure you will remember this, because it's the default theme of the older retro machine. Like that. It's fluid, guys. It's fluid. It's fluid. It's so fluid. Fluidity is smooth like butter. Smooth. And if I show you another team, for example, this lovely Commodore 64 inspired team, I showed yesterday the X team, and there's also the Commodore 64 team, and also Amiga team. Okay, last thing I want you to show is that the art of the Super Nintendo should be reverted to the Western version, because I've used the option. Let's take a look quickly. Nope, it's still the Super Nintendo. Okay, let me restart emulation station. Fantastic. Okay, okay, we almost done. I hope you not get bored of this long showcase. I have some fun this time. Okay, the Super Nintendo USA is back. Okay. Okay, guys, thank you for follow me and support me. Just keep to follow the channel, support the channel, just subscribe, enable the icon bell to be informed, to acknowledge where the next video will be up. I don't find the words, sorry. Just love to all, and we catch up on the next video. Bye bye from Dizzy.